Hello everyone. Let me tell you something. When I was a young man, I failed my college entrance exam twice. I was rejected from 30 jobs, and people laughed at me when I said I wanted to start a business. And yet today, here I am speaking to you about money. Why? Because school never taught me the most important lessons about it. Today, I want to share with you 6 rules of money they never taught in school. The rules I learned the hard way. These are not theories, they are lessons from real-life failures and small victory. When I was young and just starting out, I didn't understand the power of small investments. I thought that to succeed, I needed to make huge moves, take massive risks, and spend a lot of money at once. I believed that only big actions could create big results. But life and business taught me a very different lesson. Real growth doesn't always come from one giant leap. It comes from consistent small investments that compound over time. I remember my early days at Alibaba, when our resources were extremely limited. Every decision about money mattered, and every small investment had to be carefully considered. We didn't have fancy offices or big marketing budgets, but we had determination, and we knew that putting even a little money into the right places could yield surprising results. One of the first things I learned was the importance of reinvesting in yourself and your business, even in small ways. For example, I spent a little money on training our staff, teaching them the skills they needed to communicate with clients and improve their work. Some people thought I was wasting money, but I knew that even a small investment in people could have long-term benefits. Each improvement in their ability to serve clients or solve problems made a small difference every day. And over time, those small differences grew into significant advantages. I also invested in small improvements to our technology and systems, sometimes with almost no budget. A better website, a more reliable server, a better workflow. These were small investments, but they made our business more efficient and trustworthy, and that attracted customers. I also learned that small investments in knowledge are incredibly powerful. I spent hours reading about business models, marketing strategies, and even other entrepreneurs' failures and successes. I bought books, attended seminars, and learned from mentors, even when I couldn't afford it comfortably. Every piece of knowledge was a tiny investment, but over time it added up to a strong foundation that allowed me to make smarter decisions and avoid costly mistakes. In a way, small investments are like planting seeds. You water them consistently, nurture them, and eventually they grow into trees. The key is patience and persistence. The compounding effect of small investments is remarkable. In the early years, I would often look at our tiny gains and feel frustrated, thinking progress was too slow. But the truth is, even a little improvement every day compounds into massive results over months and years. Many young entrepreneurs make the mistake of chasing instant success. They want a quick win. But real wealth is built slowly, with consistent effort and smart reinvestment. Even when Alibaba faced setbacks, I kept making small, deliberate investments in the things that mattered most: people, technology, and knowledge. Each small decision added up, and over time it created momentum that no single giant investment could have achieved. I realized that the secret is not to be afraid of small actions. Small investments done consistently become the foundation for huge success. This lesson transformed the way I viewed money and business. It taught me patience, discipline, and the importance of thinking long-term. Money is not just for spending or earning, it is for planting seeds, nurturing growth, and creating a foundation that can support incredible achievements in the future. Once I embraced this principle, I stopped chasing instant results and started focusing on smart, consistent actions that would pay off over time. When I was young, I believed that once I finished school, my education was complete. I thought that earning a degree was enough to prepare me for life and business. But reality taught me something very different. Learning does not stop when school ends. In fact, school only gives you a foundation, and the real world requires constant, active learning, especially when it comes to money. I learned this the hard way. In my early entrepreneurial days, I made countless mistakes because I lacked practical knowledge about finance, investment, and business strategy. If I had relied only on what I learned in school, Alibaba might never have survived its early years. I realized quickly that knowledge is the real currency. I started reading books on economics, business, and the stories of entrepreneurs who had failed and succeeded. I read biographies of people who built companies from nothing, and I studied how they managed risk, dealt with challenges, and made decisions. Each book, article, or lesson I absorbed became a small investment in my own ability to handle money and opportunities wisely. School never taught me about cash flow management, the importance of reinvesting profits, or how to assess risk in a business venture. These were lessons I had to discover on my own, through reading, observing, and experimenting. In addition to reading, I sought mentors and advisors. I learned from people who had experience in business, from investors who could see potential where I saw risk, and from colleagues who had skills I lacked. I asked questions, listened carefully, and tried to apply their advice in real situations. Each interaction was a lesson in how money works in the real world. I discovered that learning about money is not just about numbers, it's about understanding human behavior, timing, negotiation, and strategy. Every business decision requires knowledge that goes far beyond the classroom. I also learned the importance of staying curious and adaptable. The world changes rapidly, and what worked yesterday may not work tomorrow. Technology evolves, markets shift, and customer needs change. By committing to lifelong learning, I was able to anticipate trends, understand new opportunities, and avoid costly mistakes. When Alibaba expanded globally, I had to learn about international business, regulations, and cross-cultural communication. Each new skill required study, patience, and the willingness to make mistakes and learn from them. Perhaps the most important lesson I learned is that learning about money never ends. Even after Alibaba became successful, I continued to study investment strategies, financial management, and leadership. I realized that the most financially successful people are those who never stop learning, who continuously seek knowledge, and who are willing to adapt their strategies based on new information. Knowledge builds confidence, reduces risk, and allows you to make better decisions in both business and life. The lesson is simple but powerful. School gives you a foundation, but lifelong learning gives you freedom and opportunity. The more you know about money, the more effectively you can manage it, invest it, and grow it. Education is not a phase. It is a habit, a mindset, and a commitment. Those who embrace continuous learning will find that opportunities multiply, challenges become manageable, and wealth grows not only in numbers but in wisdom, skills, and experience. So these are the 6 rules of money they never taught you in school, lessons I learned through failures, struggles, and experiences that no classroom could have prepared me for. Remember, money is a tool, not a goal. Invest in yourself and others, embrace smart risks, follow your passion, keep learning, and always give first. If you can live by these principles, wealth will follow. But more importantly, you will live a meaningful, impactful life. If you found these lessons valuable, don't forget to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to our channel for more insights that can change the way you think about money and success. Your journey to financial wisdom starts here, and I promise, the best is yet to come. One of the most important lessons I learned about money is that giving comes before receiving. When I was young, I was obsessed with earning as much as I could, thinking that success meant accumulating wealth and keeping it for myself. I watched people around me focus solely on their own gain, and I even thought that was the only way to survive. But over time, I realized that this approach limits you, isolates you, and prevents real growth. True financial success comes when you use money as a tool to create value for others, to help people, and to contribute to society. The more you give, the more doors open, and the more wealth flows back to you in unexpected ways. When we started Alibaba, our focus was not on making money for ourselves. We wanted to create a platform that helped small businesses in China sell online, reach global customers, and grow their companies. At first, there were no guarantees of profit. In fact, we faced skepticism from investors, technical challenges, and many failures along the way. Yet by focusing on helping small businesses succeed, providing tools and support, and creating opportunities, we built trust